Good morning, Rabbi Isai. You should know that Az Mechayim Mesim. Mamish, we saw it. B'chot, you saw it, Reb Nachman. What do you see?
Middle of the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't here yesterday, so the Maisa.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like that.
Hi, Belly just wanted to send this pic. It's a weird picture. I don't hold of it so much.
But you put it anyways.
I put it anyways. They're learning Torah while they're swimming without shirts on. It's not a mikvah because I zoomed in over here. There's bathing suits and everything. But they're watching Torah. Listen, they can't control themselves. Some people have a taiva for Torah. Just wanted to send this picture a bit delayed from 2 weeks ago when we were doing the daf in the pool. Please don't mention my name. Thank you for everything. I always say somebody, I wish it had a little music, but at the end of the day, it's the 3 weeks, so you can't. But this is Kol HaShrotzim. Kol HaShrotzim yesh lohem meresh v'nochosh be'be'ini. Oh, here he is, the Nochosh. My boys made this video giving Mazel Tov to Rebelli. I showed it to him in person at Shabbos Parshas Pinchas, and he said I should submit it. So Chaim 10, since Makis, and Yankee 5, also since Makis, but not regular. He likes to join for the pictures and videos. The Dubovik family from Staten Island, Menachem Dubovik, here we go.
Morning, Rabbi Isai! Mazel Tov, Rebellion, you see in my
Yeah. From Staten Island. He's already kavua over here. Mazel Tov, you see Mashas. It's a tremendous privilege to watch the video and completion ceremony. Energy is contagious. I love watching. But that's not why I'm writing. Whether it's the Rebbeim or friends, Amaritzim or Yeshiva Bochum, and even the tzaddik that chuckles so fervently in the back left side. Who's the back left side? I don't know what that is. No, that's on the right side. Maybe there? I don't know. Who's okay? Each one of you gives me chizuk to continue learning every day. You have no idea how the Kal helps the whole experience of the shir and how inspiring it is to see them each and every day. I've attended and watched many shiurim, and the interaction between you and your students is a huge part of your success and mine for continuing to enjoy the daf. Even more so, the singing, whether it's Motzei Shabbos or randomly during the shir, I always sing along because it's so contagious. I hope that the Kahal and you, Rebelli, keep singing. You could always use a little more. Mazel Tov to those who completed the scene with you. I hope we can merit to do the same on my anniversary in about 6 years. Your faithful Amaritz, Yerushalayim, since Baba Basra, Ayin Aleph, Josh, Margot. Mazel Tov Yisim Shas, the Rebelli, the MDY Toronto Chabura would like to wish you and your founding shir Mazel Tov on the Sima Shas. Your hasmod and daily commitment to never miss a shir is incredibly inspiring. The MDY Toronto Chabura began with just a few years ago and a handful of MDYs, and now has grown to over. You hear this number? I don't know where this number comes from, but they say it's grown up to over 500 people. Wow. Small glimpse of the immense impact you and MDY are making across the world. The geschmack you bring in every day, every daf, and the way you unite every yid from every background is truly remarkable. As we stand at the threshold of Mashiach, there is no doubt that MDY is helping accelerate our ultimate gula and bring nachas ruach to Hashem. Our bracha to you and the entire global MDY shir is that the koyach and passion you had on the first day you started the daf continues every day, and that you continue to change the lives of the Klal Yisrael each and every day. MDY Toronto sponsorship donors. Thank you to David Jacob for coordinating. A. Kleiman, Ari Blau, Ben Stern, David Jacob. I hope it's not all 500. Elias Levy, Eli Shochet, Jack Shaheen, Jonathan Rubin, Joseph Muller, Josh Shon, Meir Blanco. There you go. Meir Blanco. But it's in alphabetical order. Mechi Wertzberger, Meg Stetner, Michael Bloom, Michael Recht, Nathaniel Cabeza, Noam Goodman, Alexander, I don't know what they're doing here. They're writing their names here. Alexander from Shetvid, something like that. Your Talmidim MDY Toronto Chabura. That's it. It's only those. Dear Rebelli, I'm writing you, watching you, make it seem. I cry with you and laugh with you every day since Yavamas Daf Beis. I truly enjoy learning with you. I didn't do much before that. Hashem should give you koyach and good health. I want to tell you something. A guy came over to me.
Mark watching from the sky.
Who's that?
Mark on a plane.
Oh, that's Mark. That is awesome, Mark. Wow. I know that he was in Dubai a little while. Listen to this. I left this message for Benny last night. A Yerushalmi guy comes to me last night after sharing. He says, listen, I know you hear change life, change life. He tells me his thing. And then he tells me afterwards, he said a line that I've never heard before. He said, it was a week ago, I couldn't make it to the shir. I slept in. He didn't wake up, but he woke up after the shir. He says he got into his car and drove to MDY so he could stand outside the building. He couldn't go one day without being near MDY. This is Yerushalmi. He comes every day with his captain. I'm not going to say who he is. There's a bunch of them. And then he drove back. It's unbelievable.
He didn't want to mess with the routine.
He didn't say that. He said he needed that. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, that's also. Yeah. Okay, so a guy right before him, another Israeli speaking, a Hebrew speaker, said exactly what you just said. He said, last night, I came home at 3 a.m., but I listened to what you said. I opened up the Gemara for 10 minutes. I said, was it 10 minutes? He said, no, it actually went to 12. But that was the idea. I couldn't do the whole day. It was impossible. But the consistency, that's consistency, yeah. Hashem should give you the koyach and good health to continue your life mission, spread Torah, Yiddishkeit to the world. Let's talk a mazel tov when you pass future accomplishments. You devoted time from New York. Let's learn Torah. I don't know what this is. What are we missing here? What? Shena? Yeah, everything is Shem Shemayim. You going back to your speech now? Yeah, it is true. But I'm not as exact. Shena, I know, because he mamish, he's within, yeah. What is this? A Moshe Handler. I'll just read this real quick. Moshe, l'chvoid rebelli, my heart and my wife's anguish over the sudden passing of my dear son, David Yitzchok, knows no bounds. Want to know a complete post and announce regarding the Sefer Torah campaign for my son to begin writing soon. This is my son's eternal legacy. And continue to, so I left his email address so if anybody wants to reach out to him, I'm asking you can please encourage our beloved family to donate generously to this big mitzvah. Can you please help? All right. The Neshama should have an aliyah. Moshe Handler should have an achama. Masechta sponsored. Oh, and look at this. I'm leaving it in here this is a corporate sponsor. I'm not going to tell you how much, but let's just say over $100,000 a year. So we're going to leave if somebody wants to be a corporate sponsor, we're leaving the actual company in there. David Solomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Mori, Reb Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zechron Levracha. Second sponsors anonymous. If anybody donates $9,000, we'll put a cheetah next to his name. Anonymous, may our learning be a shield of protection and source of unity and blessing for Am Yisrael. Joel Gedalius, Lili Nishmas, my father Jack Gedalius. Co-sponsors monthly. Moshe Aaron and Miriam Landy, thank Hashem for all the bracha and simcha. Monthly sponsors TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Save. Anonymous refer Shleima Chol Leah Bas Bracha. And then the Olam says like this. This is when we make a cheshbon. The guy gave 100. This guy gave 9. So why does MDY need money? Because our budget is almost $3 million, and this is not even $700,000. All this stuff. So do the math. Anonymous refer Shleima Chol Leah Bas Bracha. Weekly sponsors anonymous. L'zeich Nishmas Uri Ben Elchanan Hashem Yikim Damai. Ori Danino, one of the hostages who brought light in the darkest place. Brian's friends, Lili Nishmas Rivka Bas Yisrael Eliezer. Pinchas Clearcopper, the Nishmas, Ovi Mori Zev Shmuel Ben Arav Yosef Mishal, from all his children on his yard side today. Anonymous, L'schus Yonatan Mordechai Ben Chaya Feiga, Ho'over Nituach Hayom. Anonymous, for Panosa, for Zevari Doiv, Ben Early Feiga, and Nasim Official Ben Mary Gutta. MDY Yard, monthly, Yonatan Eitan Ben Beshav Bracha, for Shlema, Mordechai Ben Esther, for Sayela, Daniel Zeb, and Ayelet Esther. Rabboisai, here we go. We have a very interesting daf today. A lot of short halachas. One of the things that we're going to learn about a little bit, and it's mamish from the sugya, is whiskey in cherry casks. Where's Reb Nachum Katz? Where is he? He's not here today. This is his day. You see, he missed opportunity. He waited 7.5 years for this, and boom, that day, the one day he's not here. Unbelievable.
Drank too much.
Maybe. No, Yossi said he went to buy whiskey to show us, hands on. Where are we holding? Holchem and Tarfus? Is that where we're holding?
I don't know.
What? All the way in the bottom. Holchem and Tarfus, Asurim, Losses, Velosses, and Moyim, we learned that those who go to the Arshal has a great word for it. They're on a pilgrimage. They're going to Today they do it also. They go to Mecca, but that's not Avodah Zarah as much. But over here they're going on the way to Avodah Zarah. There's a difference going and coming. Omar Shmuel, you're not allowed to do any business with them. Omar Shmuel, there's a difference between a Jew and a guy, and there's a difference between coming and going. Omar Shmuel, what would you say if you had to think who has more Avodah Zarah in him, a guy or a Yid going to the Avodah Zarah? So now that we know a lot about Jews. When they get into something, they're all in. They're a little dangerous. Omar Shmuel, a guy who goes on pilgrimage, when you do business with him right before, what's he going to do? As soon as he gets there, he's going to praise his Avodah Zarah. On the way back, he's done. He's done thanking him. But a Jew who goes towards the Avodah Zarah, he heard that there's an interesting Avodah Zarah over there, the opposite. On the way there, maybe he'll get a hiru tshuva, he'll come back. But on the way back, even the avik ba mehada hadar azal. You even see in our societies like the Bali Tshuva, different groups, those who just got into a certain, a Chasidus or whatever, they'll go crazy. They try to, Daf Yomi, the new guys you're saying? Everybody. We're all new recruits to Daf Yomi, so we go out and we recruit people. Once we're Avik, the Avik Bo Mahadir Va'azal. So he's going back, this guy. And he's thinking the Getchka. As the Gemara, Vatanya, Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph on top. Vatanya Yisrael Ha'ilach L'Tarfos, Bein Ba'Halicha, Bein B'Chazara Aser. I thought, even going it's Aser. What do you tell me on the way there? Maybe he'll do tshuva. He's going to take it back. The guy's already off, and now he's on the way to Avodah Zarah. You don't have to worry that he might do tshuva. He's done. He's a goner. So if he decides to go, he's going to go. If he decides, and when he comes back, he came back. He's always thinking of Avodah Zarah, so he's even worse than the guy. So Rashi says this Yerid is a certain marketplace of Avodah Zarah. They sell little tchotchkes for Avodah Zarah. There's money going there to Avodah Zarah. So when the idol worshiper goes to this Avodah Zarah, but he himself is not worshiping Avodah Zarah. He's a businessman. He manufactured a bunch of Salems in China, and now he has to sell them over there. We're not concerned about the money that he made over there, whatever. It's not that he's worshiping Avodah Zarah. He's not going to thank the Getchka. He's going to sell. Yisrael lahoylech liyirid ba'alicha mutar. On the way there, when the Jew, the businessman, is going there, on the way there, it's mutar. The chazara aser. What's the svara? Why? Why is it aser? Because in his possession, he has Avodah Zarah money, and he's not allowed to benefit from the Avodah Zarah money. And the Gemara goes into it. Why do you say that for a Jew on the way back, it's also to do business with him? I'm reading Avodah Zarah, Zabin, he sold over there, and therefore he has Avodah Zarah money in his pocket. Avodah Zarah maybe he sold, he did the same business. Maybe he has Avodah Zarah money. Elo, which is interesting, they discuss it, because at the end of the day, a guy's Avodah Zarah money is not also like a Jew's Avodah Zarah money. Elo, you see him on the way there, you don't know what he's selling. You don't see exactly what he has in the boxes. So maybe he's actually selling his whole donkey that he's going with. Maybe he's selling his coat. Says Gemara, so maybe the Jew the same thing. What's the difference between the guy and the Jew? Says Gemara, very simple. He's obviously selling Avodah Zarah tchotchkes that he made in China. He's not selling his coat, because if he wants to sell his coat, he'll sell it here in the Jewish market. Why is he going all the way to the Avodah Zarah market? So Mela, do not do business with him on the way back, because the money that he has is Avodah Zarah money. It says in the Mishnah of Abayim Mutarim that a guy who comes back from the pilgrimage, you're allowed to do business with him. Omer Reb Shimon ben Lakish. There's a big yisoy there. If he went on his own, he took a bus, he's on his own. If he's on an organized trip, and they're all connected, Eimo daitoi lachzor. Asurim. Asurim, it's asur. Everything's asur. Why? Eimo daitoi lachzor. You hear what's going on here? Unbelievable. When you're part of a chabura, oh, you're hopping where I'm going with this. On Shabbos, Rabbi Kamiansky, in his speech, everybody spoke. Every single person spoke. Come out, everybody. Well, every man for sure spoke. And all amazing speeches, Bemis. One of the things that Noam said is that look at the talent here. These are world-class speakers. People got up and spoke beautifully. Like, people were crying. It was speech after speech was a bomb. Avi said that he was in a Daf Yomi. He's been doing this since 11th grade. And it didn't really make a difference so much. He used to go 6 days by a certain shul in Lincolnwood, and then on Shabbat. But if he missed, nobody called him, nobody cared. He says, over here, sometimes he goes to sleep 4 a.m. He's on a call, and then he gets up in the morning. He says, I need to sleep for another 3 hours. I can't. But what's going to be? People are going to start texting him. He has accountability, and it's not kedai for him now to start going into tirutzim. Why this, that? So he shows up. There's something about a chabura. The chabura, and that's what everybody says. MDY is a mishpacha, and that's what it means. That when you come, you feel part of something. It's different. That's why I encourage the live. When people get together as a chabura. It's going Givaldic in America. It's just getting started. The Halavite should really go over there because it makes a big difference. That's why I don't know if these like place where a shul you come in now. I'm saying it's a chabura, people that are in charge. The same people come every day. Becomes a thing. I don't know if you use that lashon, but show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. That's the lashon. Yeah, that was taken word for word from English. It's not the same words. Show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. Yeah. You'll notice. A lot of people that come here. The live, Givat HaMiftar, Shalom Aleichem. There's more people than you see. You see, he's sticking his hand in over there. Givaldik. It's cool. Guys, keep it up. I'm telling you, it's geschmack. That Chevreshaft, that being there together, schmoozing before, schmoozing after, it's a whole different world. It makes a big difference. All right, Zog the Gemara. And that's why when the guy goes with the Chabura, he goes with his friends, you know he's going back, you know that he's going to praise the Getchka. It's still in his head. Before we said, my Dahava Hava. He went, now he's on his way back, that's it, finished, he's done. No. He knows he's part of Chabura, he's going to be coming back over there. It's different. Oh, so now we have a whole sugya, a lengthy sugya. Today it's small pieces. Each one is 3 lines in halacha, another halacha. We're going to learn dozens of halachas. I don't expect anybody to remember all of them. But it continues for a few daf. This idea of a kli that was used for yainesa, a kli that was used for chametz even, a kli, kalim, how they absorb different types of kalim. Today we're only going to be discussing 2 really, leather and earthenware. The Mishnah talks about these 2 things. Here's a noid, a leather flask on the right, and a kankan is very popular. Then we call it even a chaves. Earthenware kli, to jug to put the wine in. Girudim, the smooth ones, chadash and brand new, mutarim. If you buy a smooth, and I'm going to explain what smooth means. Inside this earthenware, or whatever, even the flask, the leather, they would coat it with some coating, like a pitch, like a tar, a pitch, so that it gave it a little bit. Today we have plastic, so everything we have basically is plastic today, but they didn't have that. So they had to line the inside of this jug, or the, how do you say no in English? Flask, with something. I'm going to show you how it's done. If you don't have this lining and it's brand new, then it's mutter. Yishanim, if it's an old one, so that means somebody used it And most likely there's wine absorbed in the walls of this flask, in this jug. And this wine we know is yain. We're concerned about yain nesach. That's what's in there. So it has blias, it has absorption. And then you put your kosher geschmacka wine with a hechsher in there, and then whatever's absorbed in the walls of this kli go back into your wine, and they make a yain nesach. Umezupafim, if it has a lining of pitch, asurim, it's awesome. If the idol worshiper, yeah, I said or maybe I didn't, but I wanted to. Yisharim umezupafim. It does say in my Gemara or between the two words. It could be I didn't say it. But then again, you could go to last night's shir and see that I for sure said it. He put pitch in there, v'ibdam, and he tanned it. And then, so what they did is, this is a little different than what we're expecting. Why did he put wine in there? He put wine in there to get rid of the terrible taste of this pitch. Pitch doesn't taste good. So he put a little bit of wine, he mixed wine into the pitch to get the taste out. Now where's that wine? Let's say it's perfect, beautiful yain nesach wine. It's mamish Avodah Zarah. And he puts it in the mixture, in the pitch. And a Jew sees this whole process and putting the wine in the whole thing. It's not a problem. So let me show you real quickly a couple of things so we know what's going on here. This is pitch, Rabbi saying. Other Yodanain, it doesn't really matter, it's a good video. You don't like this pitch? Not. This is pine pitch. Put a piece of metal in there. No, it's not really sap, it's pitch. There's a lot of trees. Okay, they got a lot of pitch. Okay, now, check this Gevalt. We found this on YouTube. It's unbelievable.
Hi, my name is Eli Stefansky. Welcome to my channel where we will be learning how to coat the inside of a leather flask. First, we take the resin plums, put them in the bowl, and heat them up in the oven.
This part of the shtickle strange. Moves by itself. I don't know. Yeah. The sound is perfect.
Now we mix wine into the resin to take away the bad flavor.
And he puts the resin into the flask. That's the resin, the lining. He has to.
It's Geschmack to do the daf.
That's what we call 100% AI. From beginning to end. That guy doesn't exist. There's no person like that, B'klal. It's a fake. Huh? Oh yeah. Shalom Aleichem, what's your name?
Very good.
That's good? This stuff? Toronto. How come you weren't on the bottom of that thing? I didn't get that whole thing. It was a sponsorship, something without a sponsorship, but they're a committee of sponsorship to. Not you, Chatzvah, I wasn't hinting. Please. I just didn't get the email. It was like 20 names.
Email either.
You're not in charge, you're saying. But you go to those siyumim that they do great stuff over there. Come on, why not? Be part of the Chabura, that's what we're talking about. All right, Shalom Aleichem. Who's that tzaddik next to you? Yeah, what's your name?
I've been coming for a while.
Thanks for embarrassing me like that. That's why. You're allowed to sit there. We give you your shus. Thank you for going. What's your name?
Yishai, Sarwani.
Did I ever call you? Did I ever ask you who you are?
No.
Okay, so it's a good thing that I did. What school do you go to?
Next year I'm going to Shali Torah.
Shari Torah? Shali Torah. Zrat Hashem. Givaldik. You might not need to. You might just come here every day and finish. You'd rather. Is that what you said? You would say it louder. I didn't hear.
I would rather come here than go to school.
Amen. They all have Hashem Amad. Who? Okay, let's go. Oh, I see. There's a shtickle guest over there. He's standing there. Shalom Aleichem. You're a guest, right? Yeah, you. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
GMS.
From?
Lakewood, New Jersey.
Lakewood, New Jersey. Finally, another Lakewood guy. What? Yeah, next to, there's another one. He's also no. He's not new. He's saying. Yeah, if you're new, raise your hand. I'm done. What's your name, sir? You're new here? Yeah, you. Weiter. Where are we? Oh, so now that you saw the beautiful video that I found on YouTube, so he adds a little wine into it to get rid of that, to mask the terrible flavor of the pitch. What do you gain? There's a mashgiach tmidi mamish standing over. This is not a question of putting in the wrong ingredient. He's putting in the ingredient. The question is, what's going on in his mind? Is he having kavana for Avodah Zarah or not? So what does it help me if a Jew is standing there? How do you get rid of that kavana? It's such a good question that we have to change pshat. You're right. The non-Jew is putting the pitch in and tanning it, doing everything. But it's the Jew who adds the flavor, the wine. And there's another Jew there watching the whole process. Asks the Gemara Davi's question: why do I need another Jew? What's going on here? And if the Jew is already doing the whole thing with the wine, there's no yain nesach here. This is kosher wine going in. Says Gemara, no. You see what's going on? It says the Gemara over here says you need a mashgiach sometimes, even though a Jew is doing the whole process, because he is involved. He's getting the thing. He's mixing the wine. His mind is not in the right place. He's thinking about something else, about his job, and therefore we're concerned that the guy is going to do nisuch while he's not watching or something, and he's not going to notice. So I need another Jew there. Once you have a guy in the process standing right there, it's dangerous. Maybe he'll do yain nezach. No, don't change the pshat. It's the guy that adds the ingredients, he's adding the wine. The reason, you're asking me a question, you're saying, if the guy puts the wine in there with the intent that it's for Avodah Zarah, so what does it help me if a Jew is standing there? The answer is, because there is a concept of putting wine in something and the wine not accomplishing anything. If you take water and you put it into cement and you mix the cement, is there a flavor of water? Does anybody see water? No, now today it's cement. It's kizarek maim latit. You take wine, you put it in the pitch, it's zero in the pitch. Yeah, so you're asking why he does it. It does take it. It takes away some of the bad, but you don't taste the wine. Why do you need a Jew there? Okay. Omer Papi.
It won't come out anymore. That's about it. Even when the Jew puts his wine the next time, the wine won't be.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I did actually. You're right. You're right. I want to change pshat today to that. You're right. Yes. Thank you. This morning when I redid it, that's how I said pshat yesterday. I said I'm going to say pshat, and I didn't write it in my Gemara. Shkoyach. Yes, that's a better pshat. That the wine is not going to come out now. The wine is not going to come out. It's stuck in there like water and cement. It doesn't come out. The whole concern is that the wine, the non-kosher wine, is going to come back in, just like it was absorbed. It's going to come out. This doesn't get it. This gets absorbed and stays in there. Shkoyach. Omer Papi Shmamino mit Rav Zvid. I still don't know why you need a Jew there. Omer Papi Shmamino mit Rav Zvid. Hayovet gechavim the shad chamer lebei milchei the Yisrael. Sorry. Here you have if you pour wine into salt, it's okay. Something that I don't think we're going to understand exactly how it works. Maskala Ravashi. Oh, so if a guy puts wine into salt, it's great. Maskala Ravashi midami hasim kazali ibud hachali kazali ibud. If you're comparing it to wine in the pitch, the wine in the pitch stays there and never comes out. The wine is there, the flavor, whatever it is, it's still there. Why should it be mutter? Says the Gemara story, Baradi Tayo, and we have two stories, same kind of story, very similar. We're going to have it on Amud Beis, similar story. Baradi Tayo, this Arab guy Baradi, so there's a story in Menachas Daf Samachtes that says, Mamish, a story about Adi Tayo, that he was zeicha to a tremendous amount of wealth. There was a tornado of some sort that lifted up grain and deposited it on Baradi's field. You all remember from Menachas from 7 years ago? No? Not Mamish? Okay. Neither do I. And they want to say that the reason was that he should feel so wealthy, he should return, this is one pshat, so he should return the flasks to Rav Yitzchak Bar Yosef. So first, he stole the flasks, and I guess it was a thing to steal flasks. Flasks were not cheap. And what did he do with the flasks? What every good guy does, he filled it up with wine. Yain Nesach. And then he gives it back. So now we have a problem. Can I use they're mine, I own the flask. He stole it from me. But what did he do with it? He used it for wine. Also, Shalbei Midrasha. He came and he asked the Shaila in Beis Medrash, Amalei Rabbi Yirmiyah, Kachoy Reb Ami. This is the halacha that Reb Ami said. Halacha l'maisa. Here, this is the Shulchan Aruch brings it. Halacha l'maisa. Mimalo mayim shloisha yomim uma'aron. You fill up the flasks with water for 3 days, and you empty out the flasks. But my Rav and Rav explains, what does it mean 3 days? So you got to repeat the process 3 times. Rinse, repeat 3 times, each time for 24 hours. Put water in there for 24 hours. It'll absorb some of the taste, some of the wine, pour out. Pour in again, 3 times. Now it makes a big difference. Who owned the flask to begin with? Let's say a non-Jew owned it to begin with, and he used it for 6 years, and it's full of yain nesach. Mamish, the whole flask. Does the rinse repeat work 3 times for yain nesach? It's because it was Rav Yitzchak Bar Yosef's flask, and Memela, it started out kosher. Now you added a little non-kosher wine to it. I'll rinse that out. But if it's a goyisha flask from day one, it doesn't work. So another halacha, the amount of halachas on this daf is incredible. It doesn't matter, even a flask that was used consistently for yain nesach, you can rinse it out like that. And you know what? We're not going to get into it, but what's the reason? Why? Why does it work? Huh? Yes, very good. It's cold. Here we have a chabura of why you guys, Talmid Chacham of the Shir, they get everything first here. Put us in our place.
Because Ashura after 24 hours is considered official.
What does it say that? Yeah, but in this case, I don't see that.
That's why it says it has to be ace less than 24 hours.
No, that's the rinsing out part.
Why are you rinsing out? If you keep it in there, it's Navash.
I didn't see that anywhere. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say you're wrong now.
Okay.
With wine. Yain nesach. So Rachaberei the Rava, Kabei the Ravashi the Meimer. Huh? Hanimili, the water is 24 hours. It's sitting there for 24 hours. Hanimili noidos. This works with leather flasks. Aval kankanim loy, but cheres, we know throughout Shas that earthenware absorbs a lot. And many times we say when treif goes into a cheres, what do? You break it. There's nothing you can do. Only Ravashi, loishna noidos, loishna kankanim. Ravashi argues. He says even cheres, it works. Why? Once again, because we're talking about cold. These earthenware vessels of the idol worshiper, Chadashim Grudim Mutarim, if they're brand new and they don't have a lining, Mutarim, Yishanim, if they're old, or Umazupafim, Asurim. If they're old or they are lined, they're also. So if a guy puts wine in there, Yisrael Noisan, the Jew puts water in it. How does he put the water in there? 3 times, 24 hours, the whole thing. Another halacha. What else could you put in there? If you, let's say you don't have enough time, you don't have 3 days to do this whole process, you need to use it now, you're going on a trip. The guy put wine in there. Yisrael, Noisein, Letoichan, Tzir, Umurios. Here we go. Here's a good shmaka picture. He puts a little fish brine in there. Rinse out. I did see, I wrote over here that's right away, but I'm pretty sure I saw 3-way machlokes in the Rishonim. If it's 24 hours, right away. What was the third one? I don't remember what the other shita was. Okay, before you do any halachas, ayin sham. But for what? Yeah, in Seinen and Yainesach, different. I don't know. You're right. Avi asked the same question last night. Right? Two. Iboila what?
When you have May Melach, it can work quicker.
Oh, May Melach, if you put 1/3 salt and 2/3 water, then it also works. Correct. Iboilahu. This is how we said you can use the brine of fish is the chatchila de eved. Rashi says over here, the chatchila de eved atzir umurias koi. So there are those who want to explain that we're not talking about could you wash out your vessel with brine, because that the Gemara says noisen letoichan tzir umurias. When the Gemara uses a lashon of noisen letoichan, it means lechatchila you can do it. So what Rashi means is, Rashi is explaining the sugya, that we're asking, could you eat the brine now? Because the brine just washed out your kli. That's one pshat. It doesn't mean that everybody knows that that's the pshat. But I connected to that pshat a little bit more, so I'm saying it. The question, atzir murias kai. You could also say atzir murias kai means, can you use the tzir murias for that? The art scroll brings that pshat as their main pshat. Toshma. Oh.
It says lahachsha.
Turning of the daf, Adar Global, experts in international financial services, anonymous as Chus Vatzlocha and Ruchlings and Gashmis, with gratitude for the safe and healthy birth of our baby boy, Mazel Tov, Givat Shalva, a Torah true community in Givat Ze'ev. I did. I'm going to do it again. I didn't have a chance. Somebody gave me this beautiful gift during the Shabbaton. I don't remember who it is, but I use it and I like it a lot. I got a lot of compliments. It's a beautiful gift. And I want to thank, again, the individual who sponsored my room and insisted I get a suite upgrade. And all those who gave Magnum bottles, very expensive bottles of wine, top bottles, old 2004 Castel, and Noble, and Oshi's grandfather, Jacob Simon, who gave also some Magnum, I forgot the name of it, and Simon Jacobs, and Kitzur, somebody donated $10,000, and Kitzur was beautiful. People would sending things and being mishtatev, even though they felt that they were being mishtatev. So tremendous hakar satov, huh? The windmill project. That's what it was. That was the name of the bottle. Is that right? That's right. You would know because you brought it to your room. You were staring at it. No, I did. I told the Olam it was a halacha l'maisa. I don't know that I probably didn't know that halacha. So we learned halacha l'maisa in Gemara that if the wine doesn't have 2 seals, it's a problem of yain esach. The guy that takes it, and we had goyish waiters, it becomes the yain esach. Why didn't it have 2 seals? Because some clown. He was helping. We thought we were going to use this bottle, so he took the foil off. That's seal number 1. It says Rabbi Schoenberg, but the cork itself is 2 seals because it has words on it. Bekitzer, you can remove the cork without. We learned something. Be careful. Don't remove that. I wouldn't have known that, and I wouldn't have thought about it. And sometimes I even do it in my own house. I take off the foil and I say, you know what? Let me do another bottle, and I leave it there, and then the lady comes and she cleans up. Bekitzer. Okay. Toshma. The Tony Rav Zvid Bar Yishaya. So what's the question? Could you use this vessel, pshat number 1 in the Mesifta? Could you lechatchila pour something sharp into it to kosher it, or shot number 2, if you pour it and use this brine to wash out the inside of your flask, so what are you washing? You're washing the yain nesach out of the walls. So where did the yain nesach go to? It didn't evaporate. It went into your brine. Can you eat your brine? Toshma, the Torah of Zvid Bar Yishaya, if you buy them, we did. If they're brand new, you could put wine in there. If they're older ones, you put the brine in there. Lechatchila, it says. Lechatchila. So over here, whatever your pshat is, that's what the Bryce is talking about. And it says that you can do it lechatchila. You can either eat it or you can wash it lechatchila. By many review the Nesiyah, Berabami. Review the Nesiyah, ask Berabami. Hechzir lekivshan eish, v'nislavnu ma'u. Can you do hagala sort of? Put it back into the fire until it becomes white. Does that get rid of the ayin nesach? Omar lei tzir soiref. If you're telling me that putting some fish brine in there it burns out the ayin nesach, or lei kolshkin, so certainly fire is much stronger than that. Itmanami. Omar Rabbi Yochanan lo Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Kankanim shalev the gechavim shechzir and kivshan eish. Says before, if you take the earthenware, put it back into the fire, the kiln, right? That's what it's called. You throw it back in there. Once the lining pops off, that means that the absorption that's even in the walls of the actual earthenware came out. You don't literally need to ruin your flask now that the whole thing fell in. If it got a little weak, it starts peeling off. Soft, there you go. Soft, softens up. It doesn't have to fall down to the bottom and ruin the whole thing. That softness means that the wall got hot enough that it ejected whatever yain nesach is in the wall of the earthenware. Kinsa, now, I feel soft, even though it didn't fall in. Kinsa, this is a terrible idea. Take a bunch of wood chips, throw it in, light them on fire, a bunch of matches, light them on fire, put it into your flask. Make a little explosion inside your flask. So it's fast and easy, but a terrible idea. You can understand why one says that it's no good. Why is it no good? Because you made a big bang, but you didn't accomplish anything. You didn't remove. In order to remove something that's absorbed in the wall, you have to have a nice, slow, steady heat, not like a one flash heat. Boom. Firecracker is not going to cause it to come out. But one says yes, that's enough. Huh?
No, it's not dynamite. It's small pieces of wood. You made a fire.
I know, but it's too quick. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm explaining why he says it's awesome. Oh. Who's David Hess? You are David Hess. So you are Shtickle Nu. So yesterday, Mark Ashkenazi sponsored breakfast for you. So I'll read it because you weren't here. Breakfast is sponsored by Mark Ashkenazi in honor of my dear friend David Hess. Does endless chesed in the quietest of ways. Mazel tov, now I see what he means. Mazel tov on your grandson's bar mitzvah, much continued nachas. Mark Ashkenazi, go back to your flight. What are you inserting? What are you hacking? What are you sticking things into my slides in the middle of your flight? What's going on here? Technology. He's sitting on a plane, and he's affecting the shear of MDY. Here it is. David is at shear today. Here, he threw this in. It is on the screen. Oh, Mark. Where's Mark? I don't know if he's gonna. Not by this, Gishmak, I want to see Mark. No, you don't see him? Oh. Mark, put a cell phone on your face. Put one of those flashlights. Oh, I see. Look, Rabbi, so you can tell that he's in business class. Look at that curtain behind him. That doesn't allow the peasants coming into his class. Gishmak. Now Yossi Klein is to his right. Seat over, right? Go over there. Show Yossi Klein, shlufen. Yossi Klein is doing chazara now. Point the camera at him. No, he's shlufen. Okay. He's upstairs. He's in there. No, Yossi Klein once paid very cheap, like 500,000 points, because you could take a shower on the plane, and it's timed. The Emirates, they have a shower, but there's not endless water. You can just take a half-hour shower. 5 minutes shower. He loved it. It was Moirdik. You go in there, get your own shower. Imagine you're in a little booth with a shower, a couch, this. It's a whole, yeah. Says the Gemara Kinsa, we said already. Iboilu. Oh, Rabbi Isai, here's a Bilchazo Kemanda Osar. It's also, it doesn't work so well. Yerush Koilo, it's not the greatest idea. You want heat it up from outside, not from the inside. Iboilu. Mao Liten Latoich Sheikher. This is a Gevaldik Sugya. No, that's later. That's next sugya. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh yeah, I missed this one. We'll say the same story again soon. This is where the guy came and stole his flasks and then gave it back. Bartaya. Oh no, I missed this one. Let's do this. Earthenware, it's porous. Coals, pine pitch. You put it in there, put the pitch in there. Now it has a little bit on the outsides also. Let's get schmack. Now it's lined with pitch. Okay. Iboilu. Mao litein letoichoi sheichor. This is a big sugya for us. Negel Maisa. You have a barrel that absorbed wine, a cherry cask. Sherry cask. Can you fill it up with some other beverage like sheichor, beer? Beer. So today, it's very neged to us. Can you drink sherry whiskey or sherry cask whiskey? Now, I'm not passing anything. I'm just telling you a little bit that I saw yesterday. There's a big sugya. This guy from a young man from Chicago years ago, he wrote a whole pamphlet about it. What do you say?
Yes.
So you already went because you're in the business. You own. What's the name of your thing again? What's it?
Thinker's Distillery.
Thinker's Distillery.
Bourbon.
Right. So I'm going to talk about bourbon also. Bourbon is not a shiloh because it's used only from fresh, brand new oak casks. But whiskey that comes from, it's the cheap ones, they say it's a problem because you don't know what they're using, what they're not using. But whiskey that comes from Scotland, can you drink, there's two issues. A, they put the whiskey, they distill the whiskey in these barrels, and the barrels have wine absorbed in them, and it says mefurish, sherry, it's like a chashivas. This is a barrel that used to be for wine. So the question is, whatever the barrel absorbed, does it go back into the whiskey? Do you taste it? There's another shiloh that sometimes they put like just to increase the alcohol. Did you ever notice it's always 40% or a certain percent? How do they get it to that percentage? So sometimes they add a little wine, they add maybe for flavor. That's another shiloh. So Ramosha Feinstein says, this is the famous Ramosha Feinstein, that he says, but something that maybe not everybody knows. He says that it's mutter, you're allowed to drink, but a bal nefesh yachmir. Somebody that's more makbid, same kind of halacha. Bal nefesh yachmir. So I guess if you drink cholav stam, you could drink sherry cask. Not the same thing. Dov doesn't like that. Not the same thing. Okay, I'm not going there.
He said the same thing about hugging your granddaughter.
Really?
Yeah. But he was not mocked.
Oh, hold on a second. So I want to say something. It's unbelievable. It says that Ramosha Feinstein, he was obviously a Baal Nefesh, so he was machmir, not to drink from sherry cask. But when he was in a chabura of people, of Balabatim, that were drinking, taking shots of whiskey from the sherry cask, so he wasn't machmir because he says it's also to be machmir because it's gaiva, it's yuara. To say, you hear this? This is where I read it. Where? In the back of the Masifta. Yeah. Ramosha would only at a Kiddush club. At a Kiddush club. Chazal, no.
That doesn't make sense.
When he was at a Kiddush, let's say it's right. Let's say it's true. Let's say it's true. So you learn a big side here. There's a lot of people, they enjoy being more machmer than everybody else next to them. He said, look, you could eat this, I don't eat. I'm going to sit like this. Or you see from here, even Moshe, If it's true.
I know about Chol Stam, he would give it, I know he gave it to people. I had known people who would buy his house, and he gave them Chol Stam. That I know. He himself didn't drink it. I don't know about him drinking something like that.
If somebody was going to throw it out because it's called Stam, you'd say, give it to me. It's Bal Tashkis Zara, I say.
Interesting. Okay. We don't know if that's true either. We don't know anything anymore.
I said I know it for sure it's true.
Okay.
I know the person involved.
Okay.
I know.
Now, listen to this. Reb Asher Weiss says that there's no problem with sherry cask. Doylem had a problem with what he said because he says that the strength of the whiskey burns out any kind of flavor from the wine. So the shayla is, why do they use it? Then why do they use it lechatchila?
It's like the notes of the pepper on the back of your wine.
No, you taste sherry.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you. You can taste sherry.
I don't know. Fine. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I got this. Okay, fine. Next. So now going back to us, a person put beer inside a sherry cask. It's full of wine flavor in the walls. That ruins the beer. That's called nois and tam levgam. The flavor ruins whatever. Nobody wants beer that tastes like wine. That's not the reason he put it. He used it just for storage. Asri. They say it's awesome. Rava, Shari, the halacha is like Rava, that it's mutter because it just ruins the beer, not help the beer. Ravina Sharlei l'Ravacha bereider Rav Yitzchok l'mirma Ravina Sharlei l'Rav Chio bereider Rav Yitzchok l'mirma beishichra. He allowed. This is a murdik story. Ravina, the one who wrote the Gemara, right? Ravina and Ravashi, they were Messiahim the Shas. They wrote Talmud Bavli. He tells his son, "You're allowed to put beer in the barrel." Also, Rabban Beichamros, he went. Ravina Sharlei the Rav Chia bereider Rav Yitzchok l'mirma beishichra. To Rav Chia, the son of Rav Yitzchok, to put the beer. Also, Rabbi Chamra, by mistake, he did a big boo-boo. Instead of putting beer, he put wine. And we know that there's a big difference between beer and wine. The wine in the cask ruins the beer, but the wine in the cask helps the wine that you put in there. That would be a big problem of Yain Nesach going into the wine. So if you were Ravina and you heard about the story, you might want to make a gzeira for all generations to come. Look, I gave a guy a heter to put beer in a barrel, and he messed up. He put wine in the barrel, and he's not just a regular Amoritz. This is a big gadol. This is Rav Chia. He didn't make a gzera. Why? Omar Akroi Ba'almu was a one-time mistake, and Shalom Yisrael. Rav Yitzchok bar Bisno Havali Hanu Moni the Kusna. This is unbelievable. It's mamish geschmack stuff. I highly recommend everybody to go out there and buy some of this. Use it actually. It works very well with Cheerios. This is a bowl made out of dung. Here's a guy eating from it, Cheerios and milk. Yeah. This is not good. Malinu Mayo. Now, this guy was very concerned about his Glolim bowl. He wanted to save it. He bought it in the marketplace. It had a little bit of, flavor from wine. It's geschmack. So he wanted to get rid of the Yain Nesach in it. Malinu Mayo. He filled it up with water. Anchinu b'shimsha. And he put it in the sun. Paku. They exploded. I don't know that I have to warn the American yeshiva guys not to wear the Shabbat shoes on trips and also to bring water, not to explode in the sun. But it's kedai to remember we're in Ben Azmanim. Weiter, why do you do that? You destroyed your vessel for no reason. They said, fill it up with water. You're being way too machmer. Fine. Something that's very absorbent called neser, there's nothing you can do about it. My clean neser, what does it mean? You use dirt that comes out of the alum, whatever it's called, and they dig for this neser stuff, the alum. So that, whether using the alum itself or using the dirt from over there, but it's very porous. very absorbent, and you can't get it out. The Bei Parzak Rupilia is usually the second in command in the kingdom. So he came in, he took the jugs. No questions asked. He can't do anything about it. Same thing that we had before here. Where was it? Right over here. He grabbed his jugs and filled it up with wine. Problem of Yain Nesach. Then he's a nice guy. He gives it back. Also, so they asked the question. We don't have to be concerned. Why? Because this is something that you don't put it there for a long time. Obviously, this second in command guy used it for a few minutes, a few hours. It's not a problem. What do you do? You just rinse it out in water and it's great. These pitchers that are red. Oh, we even have a picture here. Red earthenware. Darmoi, Armenians. Since the nature of the red clay doesn't absorb a lot, again, it's something that you just rinse out with water and it's good. Omer Papi, Hani Pasvasa, the Bei Michse, this earthenware from Michse, Kivin Eloi Bali Tuva, again, it doesn't absorb a lot. Huh? Is it already? Let's just do a few more lines. Kosi. What about cups? So what's the difference if it's earthenware cup or jug? Because a cup is something that you just drink quickly. You don't keep the wine in there for a long time. It stays there for a few minutes and that's it. Ravasi Osar. Ravasi says you need at least, the 3-day thing. Ravashi Shari, all you need to do is rinse it out a little bit and you're good. If the guy is the first one that drank from it, so since it's brand new and it's porous, so it absorbed a lot of the Yain Nesach wine, so maybe let's also what if the Jew used it once, but then the guy used it a second time? Does his Yain Nesach force its way into the walls? It does get its way into the walls. The third time, the guy is going to insert his Yain Nesach into the walls. Shlishi mutar. Rabboisai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.